Welcome back, everyone. All right, this is the end of the video. I'm gonna cut it off here. I'll show putting the pipes in, or getting the ditch covered and moving the Conex box. All right, here's the next day interim. I put the 36-inch bucket back on the Yanmar. I want to get that out of there. I dug around it as much as I could. I'm going to get the Cabelco now over here and hopefully get the rest of that out. It's hard with that thumb on there, as I've talked about it. It's in the way, you know, you can't dig with it, so you can't, even this is going to be hard to clear up this. I'm going to have to use the Yanmar to get the ditch elevation proper, but it is what it is. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go get the 2 pipes that are over there just so they're ready here. I'm going to use the skid steer for that, and then come over here, try to get that out, and then get the bottom of this graded and get it ready for pipes, because we have some serious amount of rain coming. Serious amount of rain. Supposed to get 3 to 8 inches in the next 2 days, I think. So I got to get a move on. All right, let's see if I can get this to move at all. That baby is in. This one was not falling over, I can tell you that much. Wow. I'm lifting the back end up. I don't know if you can see it. I'm lifting the back end up off the ground. That's how, and it's not even budging. Not even budging. I'm gonna have to dig out in front of it, unfortunately. That's a scoop. I love this bucket. You see how the thumb's in the way. Though it's good for holding the dirt. Come on. I'm gonna get it. Come on. It's got a couple of roots on this side that I can't really get at. Come on. Well, we got part of it. Put that over there. Come on, get out of there. There we go. I don't want to waste this dirt. This is good dirt. I got you now. I got you now. Just so you can see how big that stump is, there's the bucket. It's about 7 feet tall. I'll have to drop this a couple of times. Come on. Alright. I'll clean that off afterwards. Let's see how much damage I did here. Yeah, a fair amount. Didn't really want to drop that root guy back in there, but we'll take it back out. I don't feel like taking the thumb. If I could get the thumb off, see, I won't be able to do what I need to do really with that thumb on there. This would make quick work of smoothing this out. But it's limiting my range. This is good stuff here. It's just in the way, so it's mixed in with some bad stuff. I'll rake through it. I'm gonna mess around with this a little bit, put it back on when I'm getting ready to put the pipe in. Alright, I'm gonna have to put plastic over this because I put a couple of holes in it when I pulled it out. Let's see if we got the center. Not really, but let's get it out of there. So I don't put holes in the other one. Just gotta find a place I can fit through. There we go. Fit through there. The reason it's not sitting flat, there's still dirt left in it from when it got pulled out. So there's more weight on that end. I gotta dump it out. Put it this way for easy access. And I'm going to use this as the main one because this one doesn't have any holes in it. That one was the stubborn one that didn't want to come out, and that one's got a lot of holes. But this isn't a main working ditch. It's not like it runs water through it all the time, and I'm going to cover it in plastic. But see how the sand was in that one? That's why it was tipping that way. All right, let's get that stump out of there. Just a little bit more. Want to get this end cleaned out a little bit because I'm going to start the pipe somewhere in this vicinity, and wherever it goes that way I'll probably have to cut it. Well, it could be close to 40 feet, 35, 40. So either way. Probably gonna have to get the rest of that. Let's see, can I go a little bit more? Yeah, not too much more. We don't want to end up in the ditch with it. I'll get the rest of that from the other side. It's starting to get rain already, on and off, which isn't good. Because I'm not ready. I'm just putting it in with the skid steer because again, I'm not too worried about it. It's already got some holes in it. Try to take this one offset just a little. Little bumpity bumpity. I can't really see it, but it's pretty close. Not too bad. Now let's see if I can get this bike together with nobody to help. Beautiful. One shot. Got it. we will get a strike. I'm going to make the first unofficial crossing. It's starting to rain, so it's going to rain for like 3 or 4 days, so I don't like to leave my equipment out. Unfortunately, the poor Gabelco has no choice right now. But we're going to make the first unofficial crossing so I can put this away. This will give it a little compaction. I can give it a little bit too while I'm at it. Gentle. You don't want to do too much. I don't have any dirt on the other side of it. And again, I'm not going to use this one very much anyway, but it is going to have some weight going across it because the shipping container needs to come across soon. And I was going to put stone over it. Now, hey, we made it. What do you know? I'll spin around so you can see. Beautiful. Like I said, it's not been compacted. Well, I've been compacting it a little bit, but not like it's going to be. But I'm going to put stone over this, but I'm not going to do it until the end because I'm not going to drag that container over this and be driving over it, messing up my stone. So this will be good enough for now. And this is not the normal way that I park in here, so hopefully I can get them both in without having to move the tractor out. Normally this goes in first, but I'm going to do things a little different, I hope. Yeah, I think I'll make it. Well, first thing I got to do is, well, let me spin around. I'm going to put the bucket. I'm going to leave the bucket outside. Because it'll leave me more room. I'd like to go in forwards. I'm not sure if I can. I'd like to put this in the back of the, I can put the, hopefully I can put the stick on the back of the dump truck. Never done it this way before. Not sure if it's going to work. See, it really needs to back in because with the roof sloping down, obviously the boom is on the other side. Hold on, I got to open the window. I cannot see. Be able to get to the dump truck, so it won't matter. That's about as far as I can go, and there's plenty of room. I want to put a block underneath that, and we'll be good. And the most important part, before I put it away, I got a little lull in the rain here. Clean off everything so I can, well, so it looks better, number one. Number two, then when I grease it, I don't have to chip all the dirt out of the way, and I don't have to worry about pumping dirt into the greaser. So always always do it. Too expensive not to take care of it. I never understand that when people don't. All right, got a little lull in the action. Put everything away because we're gonna have rain for the next 3 or 4 days. Oh, what did we find here? Piece of aluminum. That's great. Let's put that over there. So this needs a lot more, and this is gonna have stone over top of it. I'm not gonna keep this here, but I've got to get some of the junk that was in that pile, the sticks. There's some sticks in there. I don't feel like getting them out now because it was raining, like I said. And I'm going to be moving that. It's funny, Chris moved one. He always does like the same thing I'm going to do, like 2 days before I'm going to do it. But I'm going to do it a little bit differently, certainly because I don't have Betty. But I already moved it. It was actually where I'm standing now. So I moved that back with actually the Yanmar. Moves it fine. Obviously it can't pick it up, but it can pick up the end and it can drag it. The old 250 will move it fine, but it's gonna drag on this, so it's gonna mess it up. So I'm not gonna do any more fixing this until I do it. Plus I've got to rip wrap that and fix the rest of that ditch. All this needs to be done as well. So because this, I'm not going to use this a lot, but I obviously will use it. This is going to be the main way of going across, but I'm definitely going to use it. So I'm happy with it. Just in time. It's Saturday before Mother's Day is tomorrow. So I'm going to go spend the rest of the day with Miss Wonderful, and tomorrow we are going to do something as well. So I won't get back here till Monday, but I won't be out here. I doubt it. I mean, I'll be working inside. All right, well, today is adventure. I want to move this shipping container over to there. I've already got chains hooked up on the bottom, on the back, so I just have to decide which end I want it to be on, which end I want the door to be on. So I'm not quite sure which way I want it. I've got to get it across here so I could fix this properly, because it's going to make a mess when I drag it. But I'm gonna set it up over here lengthwise. It's the only place that I think is gonna be good for it, but I don't know what side I want the door on, so that's what I have to decide, because that'll just block that view of back there, which is the only place that I have any viewing possibilities from. I think that's about as far as I can go this way with it. I gotta pull that front around. All right, let's move this one around. Gotta go easy so we don't snap the chain. gotta go move that. Knew I shouldn't have left that there. Gotta shorten the chain. right, let's try this again. I thought I was shutting the camera off, and apparently I hadn't put it on, so I didn't get the whole thing coming across the bridge, but oh well. Alright, so it wasn't too much damage there. I mean, I knew I had to fix that anyway. That's why I did that. And just a little bit of there, which I needed to fix. I tried to keep it more to the left so that I wouldn't have to do it. So I'm going to get on this side of it now and pull it around. And because what I'm trying to do is, from the shop, I'm trying to just block that back gate view. That's all. Alright, let's see if the chain, we can go without unhooking it. Nope. Nope. This bucket's so big, you got to leave a lot of slack on it so I don't hit the container. But then I got to be a mile away from it. One more time. Me go check that out. I don't want to go too far. It'll be harder to push it backwards. Not that it'd be hard to push, but it'll dig in. A little more. Of course, the side with the dent has to be the side that I have to see, right? But I want the door on that side. and I want to leave enough room so I can back in and out with the truck and other stuff. Yeah, so it definitely has to go backwards. All right, little bit. The channel stay on. I think that'll probably be good. Let me go take a look. Look, I gotta put some by the shop. I won't have to bring the truck out. I can just reel the hose out. I'm gonna put some fuel in the old girl. I like to keep them full. I used about a quarter tank for all the trees in this, so it's not too bad. So there's a look there. Not too much damage. Like I said, I still had to fix all that anyway, so really didn't do too much. That was less than I thought, so I'm happy with that. Now it's there. I just wish the dent was on the other side, but I want the door to be on the left side like that.